Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. We're on Game 3 Eve. Miami Heat getting set to take on the Boston Celtics. The Sully and Murphs going to try and infiltrate the white-hot Kaseya Center. And I cannot wait. I'm very excited about this. Miami Heat have a golden opportunity. They have taken home court advantage. They bring it into their building. And quite frankly, not a place that the Miami Heat have played all that well this year. They have basically been a mediocre team at home. They were one of the best road teams in the league this year. It was an odds but now they got to defend home court. This is where you come in, and it's been an odd thing where both of these teams in their rivalry have had a lot of success on each other's floors over these last couple of years. So, this is a real big opportunity for Miami to come in here, protect home court, and you get that 2-1 series lead. People can't be talking fluke. All the people who are talking about, that was just a weird fluke performance, weird shooting, Celtics took you light, Porzingis was confused, very confused, by the way. Spo, that man, he had him a little late up at night thinking, whoa, what do I do? But it is interesting that we are at this point. Everybody was counting him out. You had all the, as in the words of the great Tony Fiorentino, the pseudo experts out there who thought this was going to be a sweep and said, we're sitting here, even Steven, dude, and Bam Adebayo, not letting the success of game 2 go into the team's head.
People still doubt us. People still think we're not going to win the series. People still have their opinions about it. So, for us, we won one game. It's still first to 4.
And you want to know something that's been his mentality literally the entire season, but especially since the All-Star break when the Heat were in seeding chases and weren't quite getting where they needed to be, he would keep doing the one game at a time thing. And sometimes, Bam, you think you ask and you wax poetic on all these questions, and he'll give you just the most blunt answer. And he goes, let's be real about it. Nobody still really believes in us, and it's just the first to 4. It's just even Steven right now. You have to take this a game at a time. But one of the things that you have to appreciate about Bam Adebayo is that this man has a ton of experience under his belt, and he has a ton of experience making the Celtics' life a living hell. And, you could look up and down this roster, and you could have some questions. You could have some questions about, hey, you're starting basically 2 rookies. I know Nico is a sophomore, but he's younger than Jaime. He can't even legally drink, despite, Han's best efforts to try and hold our guy down. But he is very, very young and is getting his real first playoff experience. Jaime getting his first real playoff experience. And then Tyler is in this spot where he is getting the chance to do what he's wanted to do, be the lead man in some big-ass games. And not a great game 1, bounce back in a big way, similarly to how the play-in games went. And, it's going to be very, very cool to see what is the response to Boston against him and what else does he have up his sleeve for them. And to see what this Kentucky brethren duo can do with one another to try and lead this Miami team. But Bam Adebayo, he has been there through the highs. He has been there through the lows. He has had the meeting Jason Tatum at the apex in overtime to win you games. He has dropped 32 in a game 6 to eliminate the Celtics. He has gone into finals and gotten injured. He has been swept. He has been there in battles against Joel Embiid. He has been there with the Eastern Conference battles with Boston aplenty. He, cooked the Milwaukee Bucks and that giant ostrich Brook Lopez to send their ass home with the ball in his hands at the end of game 5. He has been through it all. And I think that if you haven't appreciated him and you haven't realized what this guy can do, I hope now that you're getting a little bit of insight for him going and defending the best player on each team. And he can do it from Jason Tatum to look at what Nikola Jokic is doing to Anthony Davis, and look at, there's definitely a respect that Joker has. You can listen to it in the comments that he's had with Bam and how they compete. And look at his numbers this year. Not many guys have held Joker to the inefficiencies that Bam was able to do it. Now, they still can't beat that damn team because nobody seemingly can. But, hey, in an individual matchup, that's about as difficult as you can make the best player in the world's night. And, I just think that not only that, but he's hitting you then. Not many of these so-called defensive player of the year candidates are also looked upon to be one of the leading scorers, present and give you clutch buckets, facilitate for everybody. Can you screen open and get all of our shooters open? Can you, can you also be the moral leader for our team as a captain? This is a lot on this man's shoulders that they have been asking from him since he got drafted here, and people thought, is he just a lob guy? What is he going to be? And, some of the legends of the organization, like Alonzo Mourning, recognized what he was going to be at a very, very early age. By the way, as an aside, before I get to this next Bam comment, did you see the video that the Heat put out of UD and Alonzo Mourning helping Jaime Jaquez at practice today? That's goosies, dude. I don't even know what to do with myself with that one. But Bam was also asked, he had a very interesting comment about if there's another level the Miami Heat can get to. And this is what the Heat captain had to say on that.
I feel like I can't speak on that. I feel like that's a secret that we have in our pocket. We will fill out the game and see how it goes.
Interesting. Very interesting. I love a secret. I love a secret. I love a surprise. What could Bam Adebayo mean? What could this team have up their sleeve for the Boston Celtics for this next time around? Is it a new method defense? Is it a new lead guy that they're going to go lean on? Is it the potential series return at some point of Terry Rozier? Is it Tyler Hero, going in another mode? Is it, Nikola Jovic being unleashed? Is it him? Is it him just barraging them from three? I don't know what the hell that means. It could be nothing. It could be gamesmanship for all I care. What I do know is if he says that the Miami Heat still have other things that they could go to, that they are not just, one and done here. They have not just taken the moral victory of evening up this series, and that's just what they're going to be happy with, then I tend to believe him. I'm not going to just, dismiss the idea that they can go out there and do this. And you look, this team is going to have its belief. They are. You have a bench right now that's led by a lot of defensive guys in Haywood Highsmith, DeLon Wright. They've done nice jobs and being confident to shoot the shots when they're there for them, and also knowing the havoc they got to cost. We haven't really seen Kevin Love have an impact on this series yet. I don't know if he will. This might just be a series for him, but you can't count that out either. He's also been in a ton of big games. Duncan Robinson, this guy has been through the absolute, racket as far as, benched, been key cog in starters and finals and playoff games and, and last year going on Boston's court, Hulk Hogan in them. And then this last game, the shot wasn't there for him, but Duncan stood defensively, ripped that ball right from Jaylen Brown because he's not like that. So there's not a lot of people. If you're not going to shake the Miami Heat after that barrage that you hit them with in game one, I don't think you are going to shake them. Does that mean they're going to win? Hey, I picked them to win. So, I guess in my mind, yes, it means they're going to win. But what I do think is you're not going to go in here and think that the Miami Heat are going to get overwhelmed by you, that what just happened there was a fluke. They showed that they could compete with you. And I think that it's going to be look, this is going to be one of those games where you got to see right away, like, can't have those let-ups. You want to stay right with them and show that you're in the fight right away, because Boston can get on you quick. They can get a run on you quick. I'm sure you'll have those damn Sully and Murphs that are trying to get into the building tomorrow. By the way, get to the building early tomorrow. It's a true 6:00 start. So you want to get there, white hot heat. Can't wait to see that building. There's not quite anything like it when it comes to playoff atmosphere. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what this is going to turn into. And it really looks like this two-man duo of Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, can they lead the way? And with Caleb Martin. The Caleb Martin thing has become such an interesting thing in this, because Caleb did have an inconsistent year. He had his ups and downs. We still know what kind of a demon he can be and such an injection of life he can be. But a lot on the line for him as far as potential free agency is concerned. And then you tried to make him the villain. And the response from him was, you're going to boo me after what I did to you guys last year in the finals? He just seems to have something there's something about this Celtics team. They don't want to quite take him out. They don't want to lean resources into Caleb Martin, and he just keeps burning their ass, dude. It's just what he, and it's a delightful thing to see. On top of the fact that Brian Scalabrine, tried to make him some enemy, and it was all for naught. It was stupid, and it completely backfired in their head, and he used something for this Miami Heat team to rally around even more. So it's like, it's not only that Boston couldn't just take the win and deal with the ass kicking. That wasn't enough, because for some reason, it's never just the fact that they can just take the wins. They always have to go with also like putting some fable around this team. Like this is going to be one of the all-time great teams. And these two guys, these two talented players, and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, are two of the all-time greats. And I think they're very good. I think they're very talented. But I think that we've also fluffed them up to a degree that has gotten a little bit out of hand. And they've had some failures against this franchise. And yes, there's different people. There's different players, just like there is on the Celtics side of these things. But Bam Adebayo, he's been there. Duncan Robinson, he's been there. Last year, Caleb Martin, he was there. Tyler Hero wasn't, but Tyler Hero was there against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown when he was a rookie. So there are guys there that they look at those that duo, and maybe everybody else builds them up as two, mythological beasts. But I don't think this team does in that locker room. And then on top of it, you try and spin some ugly narrative on their teammate. Man, you want to talk about something that's going to rally that locker room together and bring them tighter. I think that might have just been the recipe for it. So we'll see what it all means for Game 3. I can't wait to see it, and looking forward to seeing Heat Nation and seeing how they show out in this upcoming home game and get this home playoff schedule started.